Before we were able to partner with Mosaic Family Therapy, we would refer out for issues that we couldn't handle in-house. And what we found is that families were not following up on that recommendation for care because there was a fear of stigma, because there was a fear of the unknown, and because there are long wait lists for affordable mental health services.
Mental health is hard to find. It's hard to find in our community. It's hard to find a place that my kids can get to that accepts their insurance, where the clinicians are bilingual so the parents can talk to them too.
If kids need services, they have to wait 3 months for an organization to come in. They have to wait for parents to sign all these papers and get in here and go through all these efforts, and parents are overwhelmed.
I find that a lot of times when I'm dealing with situations with students who have been affiliated with other agencies, that there isn't really great follow-up.
And that's when I lose the parent, because it's hard for them to get there, they don't take their insurance, there's just so many things that could go wrong, and the parent ends up saying, oh, that's okay, they'll be fine. And in those instances, that's when Mosaic Therapy is so crucial to me, because it's somebody that can follow up in our building, always takes their insurance, is always willing to help, and makes it work in some capacity. And I know it's something that is easy to push on the parent because there's no reason not to go with them.
When they're interested in services, they sign papers, they meet with me, they talk to me, they talk to the counselor, and then I see their kids as soon as possible.
The value of having something located at our school where our families already have relationships, where there's already a baseline of trust, has really been incredible.
Sometimes things aren't really all about behavior. They may be more about something else a little bit more underlying, a little more serious that we sometimes forget as adults.
I get students referred to me for all kinds of reasons, struggling with anger, death of a parent, deportation, large crises.
Because I'm on the ground here, I'm actually able to bring in a case example. Well, I saw this happen today, would you tell me about that? Because sometimes kids can be resistant, or they forget, or they just really get excited to play a game. So they're like, let's play this game instead of wanting to engage in therapy. But I'm like, wait, I saw this happen in the hallway. Because it's still fresh and immediate for them, they're willing to engage as well.
Mosaic Therapy has been incredibly helpful here, because I know that my 500 student caseload is too big to be able to give every single child all the services they need.
Mosaic is unique because I have at my fingertips the help that I need, usually at least within a day, if not faster. If I have a question or a concern, I know I can reach out and get that immediately. If I have to reach out to another community service agency, I may not get a reply for another week.
Mental health services are so critical to students, particularly in low-income communities and communities of trauma. Anything that we can do to increase access to those services and remove barriers would be incredible and would have an impact, an unbelievable impact on future generations of Chicagoans.
Just the other day, there was a kid that was responding, and it was a clearly traumatic way, and it was a trauma response. I could just see it. And his teacher responded in a way that was not useful to respond to somebody who was having a trauma response. So later on, I told the teacher, I said, this is what I saw in that situation. I didn't blame her or anything. I was like, but that's what that was. And I helped, give her just a little bit of a therapeutic coaching about this might be a better way to respond in the future and see what happens. And so that's really kind of neat to be able to do. So just all these different people that are being integrated in these kids' lives, having access to be able to talk to them, having them come to me, is even better than just parents or just teachers or something like that.
It would be incredibly beneficial to have more services available under the umbrella of Mosaic Therapy, especially in the instances of my students that require additional referrals, like to SAS or to IOP programs or other different kinds of services, because it's easy to lose them and the family in that process. And if we were able to directly funnel all the services through Mosaic, it would be easier to navigate and eventually more beneficial to the student.
Mosaic does an incredible job of removing barriers to access, including financial barriers. And because of that, our students are able to access care that truly changes their lives.